Hi boys and girls, I'm back to teach you today about something brand new, and this week we are learning about something called the setting. And this is a picture that I normally show, and it's got two examples on it of a setting. There's a tree house, so over here's the tree house, and then also a school. And those are just two examples of what a setting in a story could be. A setting is where the story takes place, or where are the characters in the story. So there's lots of different settings. You guys we've been reading lots of books from the beginning of the school year, and in those books there are different settings. So I wanted to show you, I know we've read this book. Mrs. Gowitz read this book to you guys, and it's called The Little Old Lady That Was Not Afraid of Anything. And in this story, there were actually a couple different settings. She was in the woods for most of the story. She was in those wooded tree area. But then she was also, where was she at here? She was in her house. So those are two good examples of a setting. So that character, the little old lady, was in the woods for part of it, and then also in her house. And the house and woods are both settings. We also read this story, the llama book, Llama Llama Red Pajama. Remember where he was yelling for his mom constantly to come up to his room. So where was little llama in this story? What would be his setting? You're right, in his room. Yeah. And he was actually in his room the whole time. So in this book, his setting, this llama, his setting doesn't change. He was in the same spot for the whole book. But in this first book, the little old lady's setting does change. She was in the house at the beginning of the story, then she went into the woods, and then she went back to her house. So her setting was changing, and that's how some books are. You might have a book that has a lot of different settings, and then you might also have a book where there's really just one setting in the whole story, okay? So we are gonna be reading some stories, and we're gonna be talking about the setting. We're gonna review the characters too, so I wanna make sure you guys remember, characters again are they could be people or animals or even made up creatures in a story. And then we're gonna really be talking about the setting this week too. So characters and setting are pretty important when you're reading a story. So we'll be talking a lot about those. And when you're reading books at home, you can also talk to mom or dad about what the characters are and what the setting is of the story. And there might be, again, more than one setting in the story, and that's okay, because that's how books are, okay? All right, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you later.